How we doing, folks? Joe Value here for Cold Beer Sports. Wish good few selections for tomorrow and some for Sunday as well. So it'll free up the rest of the weekend for us. Uh, so without further ado, we'll get stuck in. Well, we'll get stuck in very shortly. Just touch on today really quick. Uh, it worked out fine with today. My three selections, they were all getting placed. So if you done the each way Trixie and each way treble like some of you did, and thanks very much for the messages, worked out a nice profit. Um, so tomorrow I'll be hoping that we get in some winners there. The priced up. Uh, some of them are big prices actually when you think of it. So without further ado, I'm gonna hit you with a 6 pointer. I don't do these 6 pointers very often. Any 6 point win I've done so far, they've all won. So hopefully this is no different. And it's in the 130th entry, a filly by the name of White Pepper. She's around 7-4 shot there now. I think she should be a good bit shorter. I think this race works out perfectly for her. She's probably the only front runner or the only one that will want to go forward tomorrow. And the ground will be probably really atrocious by the time her race comes along. That'll suit her perfect, and it won't suit a lot of the other market leaders as such. And second favourite Dosh ran once on heavy ground on the flash and bombed out completely. And it would be a danger now if this was on good ground and all that, but it's not. And I'd be surprised if anything catches this White Pepper. She's very impressive in Galway at the time herself. Mickey D and Mad Marigan were there, and same kind of conditions tomorrow. Really horrible day, blustery, showery, and ground and shite. So yeah, expect this one to win easy. She's a 6 point win there at around 7-4. Moving on to the Tingle Creek, Chatchoon Pochois. I think that'll win as well. I know he's having his first run of the season, but there's no doubt Willie Mullins will have him bang on. Still think there's a bit of even money there. I think he's well worth a healthy investment, and I make him a 4 point win at even money. I'm not going to go through the rest of the field because I don't really have time. I have a lot of horses to go through here, so we'll kick on to the 137 at Wetherby, and a horse by the name of San Palais. 2 point win at 2-1. A young and proven horse. There's another horse in this I like, Sir William Wallace, but I'd rather him over a shorter trip. Just in case he stays the 3 mile, I'm going to stick him in as a half pint each way selection there, 11-2, and do the reverse forecast. San Palais and Sir William Wallace. I think that'll give you a good run for your money, hopefully. Moving on to the 212 at Wetherby, horse by the name of No Risk de Flow. He's a horse that has probably promised more than he's delivered, but this trip should suit much better than the last time, and he's held in high regard, and I think off his mark of 125, and Fergus Gregory, I think it is, taken off 3. He should be bang there, and I give him a great chance. He's 2 point each way selection at 92. And the first couple of races, or early on races anyway, the 12 o'clock at Navan, a horse by the name of Highland Charge. I like him without the favourite. And I also like Constituent Hill without the favourite in the 12:05 at Sandown. I'm going to suggest them as a 2 point win without the favourite and a 2 point win double. They're decent horses in their own right, but they are taking on 2 very good horses. But I expect them 2 races to turn into match races, if you know what I mean. And we're back to without, and hopefully that clicks. Would be a great start to the day. Okay, moving on to Sunday. 210 at Kelso. This is my strongest bet of Sunday by far. The name of the mare is the Player Queen. I think she's very, very exciting. She caught my eye first time when she won at Cheltenham. She beat a very good mare by the name of Game On for Glory, trained by Lucy Wadhams. This one better well, and she ran in air the last time, first time over hurdles, and it was very, very impressive. I loved the way she jumped. And what we might get a price about her too, because Gordon Elliott is bringing over Motown Maggie, who should take up a lot of the market. And Gordon, obviously, his horses are highly respected in the market, and that's good news for us because I think the Player Queen will beat her. Moving on to 12:55, excuse me, 12:55 at Punchestown. 2 horses in this as well. It's a wide open handicap. I'm going to go for Uckland, who I've tipped up before on the channel. 2 runs ago, Punchestown looked like he had the race sewn up, and he kind of idled in front. And by the time he knew what was going on, Christmas Jumper had jumped by him. And I think a mark of 105 is still workable. I think he's every chance. And also Mr. Jackman off a mark of 113. I think he's a talented enough horse. And I think this race could really suit. He can be held up and come through for a late run. I'm going to stick the 2 of them up as a point each way. Point each way each. And half pint reverse forecast on the two of them. My final selection of the weekend, 3:20 at Cork, a horse by the name of the Dancing Farrier. I like this lad. Stepping up to 2.5 mile, he has a bit of form around Cork before, and his point-to-point form is really good. He dead heated with a horse called Current Mood, who is now rated 131. Dancing Farmer is only rated 95. The two of them went by the line together in a point-to-point not that long ago. It was around this time last year, I think. And if the step up and trip helps, like I think it will, I think he could run a massive race at massive odds. He should be around the 16, 20 to 1 shot. And there's no prices through yet, obviously, but we'll know closer to the time. So that's my selections for the weekend. Whatever you're doing, bet safe. Enjoy the sport. Fantastic racing. And hopefully you'll be calling me a genius after the weekend instead of calling for my head. So that's the crack. Joe Value for Cold Beer Sports. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you Monday. All the best.